So starting the test drive in the Suburban here, the 5.3 does a pretty good job at getting this to drive normally. It's still relatively quick. You just have a bit more weight as opposed to the Tahoe, but again, the 5.3 does a pretty good job. The 6.2, if you want it, you can get it, but unless you just are used to having that extra power, you won't miss it. Now we can change our drive mode, so I had it in normal. We're gonna put it in sport here. You have your slippery and then your tow haul mode as well. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of space and just give it something. I'm not gonna thrash it, but I am gonna put my foot down. Here we go. So adaptive cruise is on now. And a very smooth ride here. And then this is rated to get 15 miles per gallon city, 20 highway. So that's about what I'm getting here in terms of the highway fuel economy. But I just like how solid the ride is. It's relatively smooth. Even though this is a big SUV, steering feels pretty good there. Not overly loose. And the road noise and wind noise is pretty good as well, which is what I would expect for something that's bringing close to $80,000. And this isn't even close to the highest trim you can get. But yeah, it drives pretty smoothly, pretty easy to handle. Now for the price point, I think you could go up to an Expedition Max. You could get a Wagoneer, but I just feel like this, specifically in this trim level, I feel like this is worth the money. Just compared to how much everything is costing now, I don't feel like GM tried to skimp out on a lot of things, even though there's quite a bit missing here that would be on the higher trims, including the option for Super Cruise. I'm not disappointed with how this one is spec'd out. You don't have cooled seats, but the option for the panoramic sunroof is there. With the luxury package, getting the heated outboard seats. Again, not really missing anything for this to be under 75 grand. And I think for an Expedition Max, you might not have as much luxury with that as opposed to how this one is equipped. It certainly doesn't look as good in my opinion. I just think the Suburban's okay, the Wagoneer probably has it, but the Suburban is a close second in terms of the exterior styling here. And when the 25s come out, my mind might be changed, but for now, again, it's still a pretty good SUV, even if it's not the absolute best. And a lot of that's going to be based on opinion. But powertrain wise, this does get a lifetime powertrain warranty from Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro. And if you're looking for one of these in your neck of the woods, check the link below in the description. And you know, you can get the best pricing there, because it's more of a competitive market now than it was when these were going for 5-10 grand over sticker. So it's getting close to being a buyer's market again, not necessarily 100% a buyer's market, but it's easier than it was. But still a pretty good SUV, solid. Can't wait to see the updates in person on the 25 model. And this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Chevy Suburban RST.